Welcome to the Middle School National Junior Honor Society induction ceremony. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, no. Sorry. Go. Please remain standing. Welcome. I'd like to introduce Mrs. Hope Johnson from Veterans Memorial School, Principal.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Veterans Memorial School for our 2017 National Junior Honor Society induction ceremony. I'm Hope Johnson, Principal at Veterans School, and I'm honored to host this prestigious ceremony. In attendance this evening, we welcome 3 of our Board of Education members, Kim Cadaspati, John Sobrano, and Cedric Holmes. Thank you for joining us. On behalf of Dr. Gruccio and Central Administration, who could not be here this evening, we have a quick message. We wish all students well, and we are very proud of them. They are role models in our district. We thank you, and we can't wait to see your continued success. I'd like to thank the students, teachers, administrators, Central Administration, the Board of Education, Dr. McCann, who's principal of Vineland High School, and Mrs. DeLago, the advisor of Vineland High School Honor Society, for joining us this evening to honor over 72 inductees from our 3 middle schools. We would all like to thank the dedicated advisors from each school, Ms. Chalo from Wallace, Mrs. Carfagno from Rossi School, and Mrs. DeLuise from Memorial. We thank you, we truly thank you for your dedication and commitment to our students. Our students join over 1 million students from across the nation who currently participates in this distinguished society, which was established in 1929. I'd like to offer my sincere congratulations to the inductees and their parents on this momentum occasion. We truly know you are our future, and I feel very grateful to be part of helping you prepare for that, and I'm really glad they'll be taking care of us later. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Thomas McCann, the principal of Vineland High School.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson. Good evening, parents, grandparents, guardians, and of course, our graduates moving out of the middle school this year as members of the Junior National Honor Society, and we are looking forward to you all being part of the National Honor Society at Vine High School. As I look at the list of students that are here representing the 3 middle schools, I recognize a lot of brothers and sisters that have been past participants in the National Honor Society at the high school, and now I hear the names of the students and see the names and some of the families here. So the tradition goes on. You're to be congratulated for doing a great job with your children. It's one of the highest distinctions we have at Vine High School for students to be part of the National Honor Society. I remember very clearly when we started the National Junior Honor Society at Landis School, I guess over 20 years ago. I haven't missed one of these programs yet because it was such an honor to see it get started at the middle school level, and the advisors are doing a great job of keeping a beautiful tradition going. And then to be here tonight with the transitions in the schools and what the district's going through, that it's still very strong. As Mrs. Johnson said, 72 members being inducted at the middle school level is a real tribute to you and to your families. Let's give your families a nice round of applause, if you will. I have the honor tonight to talk a little bit about our 2 students that are the presidents of the National Honor Society of Vine High School. We've had some elections, and we end up with a tie for the first time, and I always love being part of the first things to happen. But we have 2 great students that are representing Vine High School, and they'll be speaking to you tonight to tell you what to look forward to. And I'm not going to read their entire resumes. They did great jobs, but I wanted to point out a couple things that they do, and it's going to be very similar to what you're doing here. And in this group, there's going to be a president and a vice president and a secretary and treasurer at Vine High School soon to come from this group. So think about what you're doing here and keep up the great work. So I got 2 students here. They're both presidents this year of a very large group, and we'll be getting honored December 14th, their induction ceremony. Savannah Brown, who's a member of the Vine High School academic team. She is a wizard. You'll know more about that when you get up to the high school with Mrs. Volpe, and very active in the Boys and Girls Club. She's a member of the French National Honor Society and the National Honor Society. She wants to attend the University of Pittsburgh, where she hopes to major in chemistry. Savannah was a member of Rossi School's National Honor Society when she was in the middle school, and she was a SUMA student enrolled in all of our highly, highly advanced placement and competitive courses. So Savannah Brown is co-president of the National Honor Society this year at Vine High School, which is a great honor and a great distinction, and I'd like to congratulate Savannah. Let's give her a nice round of applause. Our co-president for Vine High School's National Honor Society is Jared DeWinney. Jared has played varsity baseball for 4 years. He's a member of the Interact Club, the ASL Club. He's obviously the co-president of our National Honor Society. His sister was president also at Vine High School several years ago. He received a medal last spring for the highest points earned by a junior National Honor Society member. And he attends and is hoping to get accepted to MIT, and he will be majoring in cybersecurity. He's a SUMA student enrolled in all of our competitive courses, and of course, he is the co-president of Veterans Memorial School National Honor Society. Nice round of applause for Jared DeWinney. And like I said, I cut the resumes pretty short just to describe to you what kind of kids we have at National Honor Society at Vine High School. And as you can see, the upcoming class will be very much like that. Congratulations to all of the middle school students. Congratulations to the advisors. And congratulations to your families. Thank you very much. Have a great night. It is now my honor to introduce to you the advisor for 31 years at Vine High School, Ms. Carol Delago.
Good evening. I would like to personally thank the intermediate school principals and their National Junior Honor Society advisors for inviting me this evening to such a prestigious event such as this. On behalf of the Vineland chapter of the National Honor Society, may I extend a warm welcome to each of you. A quote by Peter Drucker comes to mind when I think about these young scholars seated before us this evening. The best way to predict the future is to create the future. The National Honor Society is the premier organization which recognizes outstanding students in our great country. Our Honor Society members have been recognized nationally for their achievements. This evening, 72 members will be received. Admission to this organization is the greatest achievement that can come to a middle school student, for it stands for excellence of achievement. In order to qualify for acceptance to the National Junior Honor Society, one must have attained at least an 86 average. Among other prerequisites are service, leadership, and good character. A student may therefore have a very high academic average and still fail to be elected to the National Junior Honor Society if he does nothing for his school or community, or if he shows traits of character that are undesirable. Best of luck this year, and again, thank you for inviting me. It has been my pleasure. This year, we are privileged to have in our ranks at Vineland High School 2 co-presidents of the National Honor Society. The following quote describes them both well. The final test of a leader is that he leaves behind him in other men the conviction and the will to carry on. So please help me welcome to the stage Jared DeWinney and Savannah Brown.
Good evening, proud families, teachers, faculty, and National Junior Honor Society inductees. The National Honor Society recognizes students who have demonstrated excellence in the 4 pillars: scholarship, service, leadership, and character. As a society, we participate in community service projects, fundraisers, and lead in our school community. Being a part of the National Junior Honor Society is very important. Though being in the National Junior Honor Society does not guarantee you membership in the National Honor Society, it prepares you for the amount of work involved in being an NHS member. It is all worth it because serving your community is truly fulfilling. Seeing the impact you leave on others is a feeling you will never forget. I will leave you with my favorite quote about success by Roy T. Bennett. Success is not how high you have climbed, but how you make a positive difference to the world. Congratulations to all inductees and have a great year. Thank you.
Hello to all the inductees of the National Junior Honor Society, and thank you to those who have allowed me to join this prestigious event and speak on behalf of the National Honor Society. As stated earlier, I do feel at home here because 4 years ago I was preparing my speech as the president for Memorials NJHS, and I remember hearing our Vineland High School NHS president speak, and I couldn't help but be inspired. I am here today to speak about the National Honor Society and the commitment you are making here today. A quote I like to refer to constantly is one by George Bernard Shaw. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Through your parents' hard work and your dedication in school and in the community, you have earned this place on stage. It is now up to you to continue this path, making the community a better place and creating your destiny along the way. You are role models for your fellow students. You are the ones who, when something needs to get done, must do it. Personally, I had some big shoes to fill as my father served on the Board of Education throughout most of my childhood, and my sister was the previous president of the National Honor Society 3 years ago. These are just a few of the reasons as why I decided to run for the president of the National Honor Society, and I'm devoting my time, my effort, along with my fellow co-president, to make this organization the best it can be, from now until the years to come. The National Honor Society is one of the many things that have helped shape me and the person I am here today. I've worked together with my peers to help my community and those around me, and I've created relationships and experiences that I will never forget. Just because you guys are sitting here doesn't mean that you'll be in the National Honor Society. You must continue to do the amazing work you have been doing and keep on doing more. I am positive each and every single one of you can achieve standards greater than anyone could ever imagine, and I know you will all make us proud. Thank you.
Membership of the National Junior Honor Society has been earned by the effective demonstration of the 5 qualities held in high esteem by the Society. Each middle school chapter president will be called forward to review these qualities for each candidate. First, we will start with citizenship, who will be read by Aaliyah Pacheco, who is the Rossi chapter president.
I represent citizenship, the obligations each member of our society faces to live up to the democratic ideals given to us by the founders of our country. The responsibilities each of us has to our home community, our state, and our nation are many. As good citizens, we are bound to live up to the laws and guidelines which unite us as civilized society. Good citizens work together to improve not only our lives, but the lives of all our fellow citizens. Good citizenship requires that we remain strong and vigilant in protecting the freedoms and rights that have been granted to us and in preventing injustice from entering our lives. We, the members of our chapter, are called to live up to the high standards of citizenship from this day forward.
Speaking on behalf of service is Michael Deem, who is the Memorial Chapter President.
Service. My office is service. Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or without recognition is the quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Speaking on behalf of leadership is George Rodriguez from Wallace, Chapter President.
I represent leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school in taking the initiative in a class and school activities. The real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of a leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest
for the interests of others, and a leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter the power and resources may exist in a country, they are ineffectual without a guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, a lead is a substantive charge to each of our members.
And once again, Michael Deem speaking on behalf of scholarship.
Scholarship. Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the last benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when a formal education has ended, for education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in the life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning tarnishes the lamp which we read in the past and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continuously expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
And once again, Aaliyah Pacheco from Rossi speaking on behalf of Character.
Character is a force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives us each of our individuality. It is that without which one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life and when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, striving daily to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Michael, you gotta get your candle, buddy. You just go. Go, Michael. I don't have to say anything. You should just come, right? The kid. Am I at the wrong place? We will now recite the pledge. I don't know what you want me to do. Everyone. Students, join me in this pledge. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Junior Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, citizenship, and character. Please extinguish your candles. Mrs. Johnson, will you please come back up? Yeah, but she didn't. I got to remove them and I had to shake their hands. No, you're going to take them. I got to get something from her. I'd like to congratulate Aliyah Alea. Please try to refrain from applause until the end. Thank you. Ariana Beckford. Brianna Brown. Amanda Bushman. Alyssa Camardo. Kimberly Kano. Stephanie Cardona. Kayla Cleary. Gustavo Cruz. Michael Deem. Julia Ding. Elizabeth DiGiorgio. Emma Drayton. Ruth Alahi. Thank you. Emily Feltis. Juliana Augusta. Gianni Gentilini. Nishi Gupta. Jasleen Jaswal. Cole Keller. Sophia Kapreski. Andrew Mastro. Sydney Morello. Rochelle Reyes Moreno. Emily Munez. Urvi Patel. Stephanie Solar. Jaylise Torres. Anaya Troy. Roderick Zapanta. Christina Zhang. Mrs. Schiavalio will be giving Rossi certificates.
Assisting me with my certificates and flowers is Ms. Monahan, the principal of Rossi Intermediate School. Enzo Descalzi. Julia Duquette. Laura Lynn Hayes. Dominic Lapergolo. Angelina Monero. Michael Mercado. Aaliyah Pacheco. Prachi Patel. Aaron Pritchett. Jace Quiles. Gabriella Rylan. Alex Rodriguez. Gianna Rashika. Ryan Russo. Michael Seda. Nicole Stanker. Kate Stockbridge. And Jasmati Vidro.
I'd like to call Dr. Juanita Davis up from Wallace Middle School. She's our president. Angel Acosta. Sultan Aiden. Xavier Cruz. Yahaira Cuevas. Abigail Exton. Patrick Fierro. Fallon Hiles. Amanda Montero. John Negron. Marin Paredes. Brianna Parr. Sean Reineck. Desiree Rodriguez. George Rodriguez. Amira Ruiz. Carly Shinsky. Jalissa Tadeo. Donald Thomas. Asia White. Brooke Young. Vladislav Zuzowski. It is with great honor that I introduce the 2017-2018 NJHS inductees. Please give a round of applause for all our new inductees. I am so glad we had so many excited parents and teachers and superintendent, everyone. I'm so glad. Thank you all for coming. Please join us in the gym for refreshments. We're going to first allow the inductees to leave, and as soon as they leave, you can follow us into the gym. Thank you.